vandag gaan ons net aan met waar ons opgehou het laas. Ons was mos laas in die common room gewees van Hogwarts en al daai dingetjies. Ons het nog nie in die common room ingegaan van Slytherin nie, so laat ons gaan kyk hoe lyk die common room. En ja, laat ons inval. Loadscreens, soos gewoonlik. Ai, die loadscreens. En jy gaan binnekort 'n veranderinge kom in die agtergrond van wat daar aangaan, want dit lyk maar nou 'n bietjie bleek en boring en al daai goedjies. So ek is van plan om, hoor ek myself hierdie kant. Want dit lyk nou op die huidige oomblik baie boring in die agtergrond. Soos net met die kas daar en die bleek muur en die geel daar. Dit gaan binnekort verander. So don't stress about that. En laat ons inval. En kyk hoe lyk die common room. Is niemand in die common room nie. Typies Slytherin.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Welkom by die stream. Drop 'n like en sommer 'n follow ook as jy nog nie follow nie. Dat ons kan groei as 'n community. Ons moet met jou eers praat. Sebastian of Swallow.
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's, who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Shit, ek het vergeet wat jy gevra het. Ek lees in die comments wat vergeet ek wat jy gevra het. Wat dink jy moet ek sê? Kom ons gaan. It was terrifying. Kom ons sê it was exciting. Nee?
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective.
Wat sê jy,
How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Ek gaan hom butcher as ek moet weer uitspreek.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
Okay, waar is die ander piramide wat ons moet gaan praat?
Might want to think that again. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
What accent?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Ek gaan nou net almal ontmoet. Ek gaan nie met hulle regtig soos kommunikeer totdat ek moet. Totdat ek in die missions inval nie. So vir nou praat ek maar met almal. Hier lyk of hy blind is.
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Memorable? More like terrifying.
I'd much rather have arrived on time and without a dragon attack en route.
I'm sure. How horrible. I can only imagine. Well, it's good to have you in Slytherin. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Okay, nice to
Thank
meet
you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Sure, okay. TMI, I guess. Professor Weasley.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at
Nee.
Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
Ek wens ek kan dit doen. Maar met 'n burger
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean to keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Life is so
This way.
Okay, ja, wag, ek gaan nie. Ek gaan die klanke bietjie sagter sit. Sound. Wat dink jy so? Wat dink julle so? Kom ons maak dit so 17. Wat het ek nou gedoen? Ja, ek speel hom op story difficulty, okay. Ek is nie pro nie. So daar ek sommer so en daar ek sommer so. En dat ons gaan.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Ek jy maak soos
The guide will give
So
you
sit,
opportunities
Nick.
to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
Okay. 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 Eerste dingetjie gaan lok. Jy moet oor op asemhaal so goed toets.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Spring breed erop af. Dis vrek cool. vir 'n game, nee, is die legit.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Map, open, Central Hall. Central Hall. Nee, maar, oei, hier is hy. Central Hall. Kan seker net daar klik, dan vat hy my na hom toe. Trap, trap, hande klap. Hoe het jy so vinnig my channel gekry, Boet? Want dan was dus boom, online, jy is ook online, so makkelijk en so vinnig soos dit.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Dankie, Tanny.
You can get almost anywhere in the
Oh, daar by die
castle
Central
quickly from Central Hall.
Central Hall.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Revelio.
And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as
Oh,
possible
my,
to
okay.
replace the supplies you lost on the way
Dis
here.
vrek cool.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Ekskuus as ek min praat. Ek wil soos deel vir deel van die game soos net part vir part opsit. So jy gaan my maar min oor praat en ek gaan net so nou en dan in die comments kyk en glimlag en antwoord op die comments. So ja, hier is basically net my beginstigs loop my tong. My way om te begin soos part vir part vir game opsit. So ek gaan The Last of Us oor moet begin. The Last of Us 1 en 2 moet ek oor begin stream. Want my account was so kort rukkie terug gehack en ek het al my progress verloor en dan moes alles oorinstall en ek kon nie my save games terugkry nie en dis 'n hele lang storie.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Staan 'n boek vir
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Nou wat ek met hierdie ou professortjie praat. Professor Fig. Ig.
It's good to see you, Professor.
Met die Ig.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Excuse me.
Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Well, okay. Maak die map open. Oop, eintlik nie open nie. Ja. Kom ons gaan sommer so doen.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful.
No
Thank you.
shit, Sherlock.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Hy het sulke groot neus nie, maar as hy praat, dan klink dit of sy neus dood. Wat het nou so gepraat hier? Want ek sien nie iets oor, seker hulle gewees. Wat heb jy wacht vir die Oh, dit lyk cool. Nou, daar nee, ek het nie op. Okay, nee, geniet dit dan.
You make what do you want? If I could have
TMI, by the way. TMI BT dubs, dit klink net stupid as ek dit so sê.
Lumos.
One just like Brockborough.
Potato! Don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Dat ons die clash begin. Die clash begin, my kind. Nee, kijk. Dit is super shit, die geklink het wat ek so sê.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Nee.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student.
Nettie.
Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Basic summoning charm.
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed by partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio.
Accio.
That is not bad.
See you now.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Hoi, welkom by die stream. Drop sommer 'n like en 'n follow daarso. Net dan kan ons die community bietjie meer laat groei. Ek meen, sal ons al almal sy daai baat.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Moet ek 'n bals toer? Ek weet nie wat jy dit in Afrikaans noem nie.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of... Splendid!
Stop! Jy gaan afval!
Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out... Very good!
Accio.
Gaan doen 'n waterval afval.
Very good! Points to Slytherin.
Welkom by die stream.
But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge?
En dankie vir die like.
Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Lisa.
Yes!
Accio.
Gaan op wat afval. Kom. Typisch Slytherin. Boom.
Well played. Let us see this.
Gaan op al weer dat afval. Watch my. Skuif. Dat ek my beurt kry. Oh shit, dat erop was ook weer ballen. Dat was dus 0. Nee, die bal gaan waaien.
There we go.
Accio.
Oh, ik voel dus al wat ik is.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Potter.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Ik kan niks maken.
Here we go.
Moet ik weer? Dan maar het weer afstellen.
Yes!
Accio.
I will get you back for that.
Je kan try.
Let us see this. Phew.
Phew. Oh, kom. Leider ding, ik moet ophouden. Ik moet ophouden. Ik speel. Ik wil er afspelen.
Watch this. There we go.
Tenminste 100 punten. Oké, ik ga er niet dit in.
Accio.
Stop!
Excellent control there.
Yo. Dus opiepen. Zo'n stukje, zo'n stukje, zo'n klein stukje.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Lekker ijskoud water. Hoi daar, sluibelaar. Nee, ik check.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Sien jy, ons gaan aanvallerslas opgehou het met die
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Dis nogals baie okay vir 'n beginner.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on
A word, if you would.
if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Vergeet ek hoe werk die map vir 'n oomblik. Ja. Ek gaan net 'n bietjie rondloop en kan ons kyk hoe groot is hierdie skool eintlik.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Ja, guys. Wat jou punt? Ons moet uit weirdo. Ek sien om te leer nie om maatjies te maak nie, okay. Nee, ek gaan. Ons spring. Ons kan nie. Wat is van dit op die eerste dag van skool? Lekker man. Ek sê, moet dit nooit try op nie. Ek steen dit. Nog even maar 4 goed. Dat is ook die onder. Zit die ding?
Accio!
Hardloop, Shane, hardloop. Rikkie skool. Daai oë. Fuck weer.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Check hom. Bah. Skiet. Wat ook al.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
Yes.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember.
Levioso.
Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
This should be easy.
Levioso.
Complicates things. Lucky. Nothing lucky about it.
Levioso. Protego.
A perfectly executed Levioso.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Onder hierdie game speel
All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Voor Harry Potter en al daai goedjies gemaak was en voor Harry Potter ewen gebore was, speel hierdie ding af. So ek seker gaan in sy ma vasloop nog in die game of sy pa of iets. Ja.
Nice work.
Dit is die hele punt van die game. Dit speel lank af voor Harry Potter gebore was. So jy maak jou eie karakter as speel jy as hom om die storie te kom. En dis hoe my mannetjie lyk, blond en bietjie die mekaar.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Sounds interesting.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Till next time. Cheers. Okay, wat gaan we nou? Jezus, je maak je hier in mijn gezicht toe niet, poepel. Laat ons kijken van nog een mis. is daarin. Ja, ek later dan af. O, het ons maar geauto-ping. Okay, Danny Weasley, hier kom ons. Nee, verkeerde kant. O ja, nou kom sommer vanself.
Revelio.
Gewys daar so 'n chest of 'n ding. Daar's 'n kat. O, ek kan hom nie seer maak nie. Okay, shame. Wat my ding.
What about the room, Professor?
Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you
are. Wat hy doen, is soos weg. Al my probleme. Weg.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streamer. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Nee, wil jy op die skoot kom sit? Ja, wil jy op die skoot kom sit? Ja. Wil jy kom sit? Wil jy kom sit? Kom. 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 O. Hy het nie die bank gemaak nie. Hy is darm nog mooi en gesond. Kom. Jee, wat raak my nie, hoor jy? Kom ons vat vir Sebastian.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Alright, laat ons gaan. Ons gaan net gou daai broomstiek ding doen, dan gaan ons afsit vir vandag. O, nee, wag, ons gaan eers die professor doen, dan sit ons af vir vandag.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. Revelio. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Oor is soos 'n bladsy wat vlieg, nie 'n boek nie.
Accio.
Het hom, boys. Noem my Usain Bolt want ek is vinnig.
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
Het hom. Wat maak jy
I trust the preliminary...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Ja, oom. Yes, boss. Ek bedoel,
remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Kan jy sien nie, my gesig is in die pad. Ek weet nie waar ek nog nie was nie. Okay, repairing.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water.
Wat is so erg in die uitsig wat sy na kyk hierso? Dit lyk flippin' awesome.
It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Okay. Dat zijn mensies. Nog één mission om met ons afzet. Ek dink ons gaan maar afsit. Cheers ouwens en dames. En sien ek julle volgende keer as ons weer verder gaan met die storyline waar ons nou opgehou het. So geniet julle dag verder en alles van die beste. Groete, bye.